Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So guys, in this video we will talk about the importance of the power of manifestation which 2025 planetary alignment is going to be making for all of us. So guys, in a lot of my videos I keep on talking about the power of the positive thinking, manifestation and all of that, but in this video we will try to exclusively connect it with planets, with astrology as well, because that is the only area where generally any astrologer would have a conflict or a point of difference with a manifestation expert, because over there astrology talks everything with a proper stats, with a proper figure and with a proper planetary placement and movement. I also believe in positive thinking. I'm also an advocate of positive thinking, but let's say for example, if you ask me that on March 29th, when all the planetary alignment is taking place, there's a time of the eclipse, then over there planets only create a theme over where even the positive thinking has to somehow compromise or have to be in a alert mode. But in this video guys, we will talk about that in the year 2025, how beautiful of the yoga is going to be getting formed for every one of us. Over here there is no such thing as it is only good for those specific zodiac sign or it is only good for that specific ascendant. It is going to be equally beneficial for all of us. It's just like that universe is creating that window of opportunity for all of us. It all comes down to individual how much efforts you are putting in that direction to extract the best value for your life. So guys, over here we all know this thing that anything and everything connected to your feelings, your emotions, your thought process, or in a way manifestation is connected with the moon. Now obviously for every planet it has to have a representation in the cosmos in your chart. So what is that? For the moon it is the sign of Cancer. Now what is happening next year, I mean to say I'm still in that mindset, in the year 2025 is that once Ketu will enter the zodiac sign of Leo and once Jupiter will enter the zodiac sign of Gemini, so it will create a alignment over there that the sign Cancer is going to be surrounded in between these two planets, Jupiter and Ketu. And look at it in this way, that Ketu from the Leo is in a retrograde motion, that it is going towards the Cancer, and Jupiter, when it is going to be in a direct motion, it is going to be again moving towards forward. So just like that, Cancer is in between, Ketu is coming with its divine blessing coming towards the Cancer, and Jupiter from the other side is coming towards the Cancer. So Cancer is going to be getting hemmed between the divinity, between the positive energy of both Jupiter and the Ketu. And also guys, individually you can also look at it in this way that Ketu in the Leo is very powerful, because Ketu's nakshatra, which is Magha, it resides over there. In the original Kalpurush Kundli, this is the zodiac sign which also has got the power, and it has also got the information of all the good deeds done by you in the past many lifetimes as well. Ketu can activate that. When we talk about from Jupiter's point of view, see, Jupiter is gonna be in a Gemini sign. Gemini has got everything to do with the literary skills. It has everything to do with the expression. It has also to do with the writing your own fate, your own destiny. So in this way, Jupiter is also going to be supporting you. Along with that, guys, one good thing which is happening in the zodiac belt is that once Saturn will move to the Pisces sign, it has in a way crossed the Rahu and Ketu axis. So you can also look at it in this way that Saturn, which is significator of your karam, which is significator of your, we can say this thing that the destiny is connected with the planet Saturn. So and Jupiter is connected with the good fortune. So just like that, in whichsoever way you would have been putting efforts, now your karam, your actions are not being hindered by the energy of Rahu Ketu axis in between. So your actions are straight away gonna be touching the good fortune as well, because now Saturn is going to be out of the axis of Rahu and Ketu and is going to be heading towards the planet Jupiter. Now this whole alignment is going to be benefiting lot many people. And guys, look at it in this way. When we talk about if Cancer is in between Jupiter and Ketu. So look at it in this way, that the lord of the Cancer, which becomes the planet Moon does not take that much time to move from one zodiac sign to another zodiac sign. So that means wheresoever Moon in the transit is going to be transiting with the power of your positivity and the manifestation and all, you can attract many things, or the object of desire can be attained. Like the way, guys, that is the only reason in lot many of my videos I always give emphasis, and no matter which area of life I'm doing assessment for a native, this could be career, this could be marriage, this could be wealth, any other area, I always give emphasis to the ninth house. Like, and that is the only reason a lot of the answers of people's life, you will find that it was that higher power which was pulling the string. Just looking at the capability, potential of the person, you cannot believe. It looks like very absurd to believe that how can this person was able to build or do these many things. It only got happened because through that person there was some higher power which was doing the job. And again, guys, over here as well, like if you will even take into consideration and understand it on the basis of the earth, dharma, Kam, Moksha. Like to the English audience, I'm sure you would be knowing it. Once I will, connect it with your body, with the chakras. So look at the earth and you can connect it with the Muladhara chakra. So over where, like all the impressions of the past, many lifetimes are stored over there. All the habit and the character and those kind of dormant talents and latent qualities which a child, when it is born, it automatically starts behaving like that. So all of those impressions and characteristics are stored in the Muladhara chakra, which can be connected with the Artha, or which can be connected with the, we can call it as the mental qualities. Then immediate after that, like once you will reach the sex chakra, so that can be connected with the Kama, with the desires. So now the mind which was in the Muladhara, in order to fulfill the, like we say this thing, that desire anything, it needs a body. It needs a body to procreate. It needs to fulfill all the desires. So the body part can be connected with the second chakra. You reach till the navel chakra. Over there comes the dharma. Over there, now the distinction comes between right and wrong, and all those kind of people who know this thing, that okay, and the where nature takes care of you, that can be connected with it. You would have seen, like if you follow like National Geographic, and you see that some of the species which the God has created, which the nature has created, just because they are dependent on that kind of food, so their body has been given that kind of agility, that kind of shape, so that that creature will not die out of hunger. He will be able to survive because of the food. How come giraffe has got a long neck? Why elephants have got a trunk like this? Because they kept on adapting as per the nature, as per the nature's principle. That can be connected with the dharma, and ultimate is the moksha, the third eye. You would have seen, guys, like a lot many times when people are confused and they are suppressed in and surrounded by all sort of problems, the natural body language of those people who are in stress and all, you would find them behaving like this. I'm not able to find the solution. What shall I do? What shall I do? Oh yes, let's do this. So that's like the third eye chakra. Then the third eye gives you the answer, and this is where the Ketu resides. So the point which I'm saying over here is that this year in 2025, once in the month of May, Jupiter will enter the Gemini sign, and Ketu will enter the Leo sign, and Cancer is going to be in between. So it is going to be creating a very golden opportunity. Now I will definitely talk about from the point of view that based on all the zodiac signs, which house Cancer sign is falling for you, and in that specific department, manifestation is going to be very much accessible or feasible for you. But important is that if you follow any of the law of attraction or manifestation expert and all what matters is the conviction. Unless and until conviction is not going to be there. If you listen to saints like Guru Nanak Ji and many saints and all, they always they were also doing their part, they were also doing their job, but they left it onto the universe. they did their part of doing the hard work, preparing for the things, and then who's taking care, who's gonna take care? God will take care. How it will happen? God will make it happen. So a lot many things, and that's what I mentioned. If you follow and if you are a nature enthusiast, you'll be surprised how nature takes care of the creature. So it's like every specific species, if it is being found in a rough terrain, nature would have done some arrangement even in that rough terrain, how to make the food available for that species. So that's what I'm trying to say, that next year, being very firm in your prayers, in your vision for your future will become all time important, and I can assure you, you can manifest whatever your object of desire is. Guys, like I keep on sharing my own life as well. Like I mentioned this thing in one of my last video over where like I was just not very happy. I wanted to move to a place over where like ocean view within my budget and signing a lease, all of that was the concern, but I was not able to figure out how I will be able to do that. And all what I started doing is that I started writing, like doing 100 Hanuman Chalisa. And I started on a Monday, and the whole thing happened. I actually shared in one of that video. On Tuesday, only in itself, I had the keys in my hand, and I do not know how it happened. I have no rational explanation how it happened. So that's what I'm saying. There's higher power which is always working through us. This could be the blessing of your ancestors. This could be subconsciously all the good deeds done by you. And the good thing is that Jupiter and Ketu are the reservoir of all this kind of information. I like this, the way Lal Kitab people explain that when you are going through the trial, like Saturn is Saturn has put you on a trial of your deeds and of your actions and all. So Rahu and Ketu, they both are the lawyers. It's just like that. Rahu keeps on reminding the judge all the bad and the evil deeds you have done, and Ketu act like as a defense lawyer, and it keeps on reminding the judge, no, he has done good deeds as well, he has done charity as well, in those occasions he has helped people as well. So that's what the department of Ketu is. So yes guys, believe in the power of manifestation, and now we will briefly look at that based on all the zodiac signs, how it is going to be benefiting you. So guys, when we talk about from the Aries natives, so now guys, it hardly matters whether it's like I'm over here talking more from the point of view of the ascendant, because ascendant tells about your physical life and those tangible material things which you will be able to accomplish or achieve. So for the Aries rising natives, Cancer falls in your 4th house. So that means all of your desires, all of your wishes and comforts, conveniences. See, when we talk about 4th house, do not be restricted only to the car or just the house and something. All of those things which gives us security and stability in the life, which makes us feel secure. And it is very different for different people. For me, this could be, getting married and have children. For someone, this might be having a stable business. For someone, or settle down in a foreign country or something. So in the case of the Aries Lagna natives, a lot of the things where you will find yourself in a secured place. So all what matters is that for the Aries Lagna, staying positive will become very, very important. So if you are a kind of person who has got a very anxious personality, whenever you are in a crossroad or whenever you are like competing or striving for something, and that starts making you very fidgety, very nervous, so it's not gonna happen. So till the time you by yourself don't have the conviction that yes, I can get it done, it will happen. No, I'm so sorry. Remove the I. Remove the I. The universe is taking care of it. The divinity is taking care of it. It will make it happen. So till the time that conviction is not there. There's a very funny story. If you remember, there was this in a very drought hit village. A very saintly person came, and he mentioned this thing that I'm gonna do the I'm gonna use my spiritual powers and I will bring the rain. And it was a like village of all the farmers and all, everyone dependent on the rain, so for their crop and all. So they all were like very happy, very curious. So the guru asked them, okay, I'm giving you this mantra, you have to keep on doing it for 11 days, and after that you 3 people have to come to me, and I will see and I have to be convinced that you have done the mantra and you believe in my power, my prophecy, then I'm gonna make that happen. On the 11th day, all out of those three, only one person arrived there with umbrella, and the rest of the two did not, and they were like mocking him on the way. Why did you bring come with umbrella? Because his belief was so strong. No, it's gonna rain is gonna happen, then I'm gonna get drenched. So that sort of conviction has to be there. So yes, for the Aries Lagna natives. Now guys, when we talk about from the Taurus Lagna natives point of view, guys, in your case, Jupiter is going to be entering in your second house, and Ketu is going to be coming to your fourth house. That means the matters of the third house are gonna get the divine blessing this year. So this can be looked at in this way, that anything to do, like, see, third house also tells about signing contract, signing a lease, any of your initiatives, self-expression, any new thing which you want to start. Like, I would say this thing, that when it comes down to the expansion, like from one branch to another branch, from one franchisee to another franchisee, for that third house plays a very important role. So I would say this thing, that for the Taurus Lagna natives, for their growth, for their expansion, they have this power to manifest a lot many things. So just do not restrict yourself, and conviction and believability will matters a lot for you guys, that yes, I can make it happen, yes, it is gonna happen, yes, we will grow this year. And like, even if you are chasing an important client or something, so have that conviction that it is already yours, you already got it, it's just a formality to sign it, but you already got it. So that sort of believability will actually take you very far. Now for the Gemini natives, so now guys, in your case, your second house is going to be receiving the divine blessing from both sides of the planet Jupiter and the planet Ketu. So look at it in this way, that in the matters of your family and the finances, anything, any changes, anything which you're trying to attain or manifest connected to the matters of your financial health, financial state and all. So that sort of believability in finding things, achieving things, manifesting things, that you are already there, you already received it, you already got it. You know, you wanted to see your bank balance of this much amount getting credited by the end of this month, by the end of these next 6 months. So you have that power to manifest it. Again, remove the you, remove the I, just surrender everything to the higher power. It will take care of it. Because again guys, I'm just not any other like law of attraction or manifestation coach or expert. That is not what my forte. I'm connecting it now with astrology. Had you asked me this thing in the year 2024, 2023, I would not have even presented this topic. But right now, based on astrology, I'm getting this affirmation and I believe in it. I have seen magic, I have seen miracles, power of magic. I mean to say, magic of the faith, magic of the divinity, not like some trickery or something. I mean to say, the magic which the devotion and the power of the blessing brings. I'm talking about that. Now for the Cancer natives, oh my god guys, you are like very blessed because in a way, in your second house, Ketu is going to be coming and Jupiter is going to be coming to your 12th house. And the second thing is that even the dual aspect next this year 2025 is going to be influencing the matters of your 6th house. So yes guys, for the Cancer natives, you have that power to manifest lot many things. I would say that meditation, whatever you do it with that conviction and positivity that you already got it, you already received it. And I would say this thing, that you can achieve many things like in 2025 because of this dual aspect. So the way you put out that that energy in the universe will become very important. Sometimes what people do is that even in their prayers, they put a negative thing, they put a question mark, they put if or but. Now that is not the right way of doing the prayers or putting a manifestation out, because you are already sending a doubt in the universe. Like the way guys, see, again, look at it in this way. Astrology works simply in this principle, that a right dasha, right yoga is getting generated when the universe has conspired that you will get a vehicle. Now it all comes down to whether you're gonna get a normal bicycle or you are gonna get a Harley Davidson. It is all dependent on your power of believability, because universe is gonna hard bend in honoring that yoga which is getting formed for you. But again, how high and far you can think and believe in it, that's what is dependent on individual to individual. So yes, a lot can be manifested, which is gonna change your life. And again guys, I always say this thing that whenever ascendant gets involved, so that in itself means that things which are of lifetime in nature, lifetime, I mean to say, we say that getting married, buying a house, or being starting off in a new country, getting visa finalized, so those things, those nature of desires and wishes can be manifested, can be attained. When we talk about for the Leo, so guys, in your case, it's the energy of the 12th house. Moon falls over there. So again guys, I always say this thing that in your case, manifestation is going to be working out very strongly, because Ketu is going to be coming to your first house and Jupiter is going to be coming to your 11th house. Now Ketu is a flag bearer, it is always there on the top, and Jupiter in the 11th house, it is actually gonna be transiting in the house of the wish fulfillment. So I mean to say that there are higher power which are taking care of you. Just remove the, because with the Aries and the Leo, they are mostly afflicted with this disease of ego. I, me, myself, I did this, I achieved this. Remove that I. You did this, God did it, God is taking care of it, my Ishta Devta is taking care of it, blessing is driving me, guiding me. So just think and activate your third eye and you will see magic. You will witness miracle, I can assure you of that. And yes, anything connected with the 12th house related matters, over there you will see the magic working for you. For the Virgo, so guys, in your case, nothing could be better than that. Ketu is somehow connected as a significator, Karaka of the 12th house, and Jupiter is going to be coming to your 10th house. That means 11th house. Oh my God, for the Virgo natives, positivity can bring many things to you. Just, I would say that if you do not have any vision board ready, or you do not believe in that, next this year 2025, from the month of May, start maintaining that. Even what is needed from you as a part of the practice, in order to honor this energy, just write it down, your 2 or 3 major wishes, and like when you wake up, look at it. Like if you cannot put it on a wall where you feel that other people are gonna see it, so put it in a drawer or something. But once you wake up, look at it with this power of believability that it is already happening. There's some power energy which is doing the things behind your back. Or this could be a case that before going to bed, during the day, keep on looking at it with this affirmation that it is happening. Work is in progress. Yes, I have allotted the task to the energies, higher beings, and they are already working on it. Everything is getting progressed. So that sort of believability, and yes, lot can be achieved. Now for the Libra natives, so guys, in your case, this energy is going to be influencing the matters of your 10th house. Ketu being in the 11th house, coming in a retrograde motion towards your 10th, and Jupiter from the 9th moving towards your 10th. So that means, oh my God, in the matters of your career, lot can be accomplished. And again guys, 10th house is not only your career, it's about the kind of actions you are doing, what you are becoming, what is your public image, what potential and power your actions are. Like the way we say this thing that if it's like from the cricket point of view, there is one fast bowler who throws the ball with that much power, that much speed, and there's a spinner, there's a medium pacer who throws the ball with that much speed. So it's like the power of your actions, the kind of noise your actions makes in the society and all. So that's what I'm saying. We know this thing that when Christopher Nolan, Steven Spielberg, they makes a movie, the kind of impact and the power it's in there, and they're like those people who are like considered and tagged as a superficial. They just do it for the commercial thing and all. So the power of your actions, the voice and the noise it creates, that is the 10th house. So you have got potential. So be as hopeful, be as optimistic for your career growth. Like maintain a vision board, and every single day when you go to work, go with this conviction mindset that there is some energy, there is that God who is already doing things for me. There is already work in progress. Sometimes what happens is that when we go to work and we feel that, oh, I'm still in that position, I'm not seeing any growth. No, pessimistic thinking, negative thinking is bad in every way, but pertaining to the matters of your career, strictly there is a no for that. You already have to start believing in it, that there are like some higher powers which is already taking care of it, and you are progressing. There is someone who is already working for you, working very hard. Apart from your hard work, I mean to say, the forces over where we do not know what kind of energies are working, like what kind of impressions our bosses are getting behind our back, our, like, this could be your clients, your supplier, your vendor, stakeholders. So everything is happening, and universe and God is taking care of it. For the Scorpions, so guys, in your case, it's the matters of the ninth house. So you will see that higher learning and wisdom will come to you. Guys, in your case, the good thing is that Ketu from the 10th is coming back towards your ninth house, and Jupiter from the 8th will progress towards your ninth house. So yes, power of manifestation and luck is going to be supporting you in the most surprising ways. So you can manifest, like, out of all the rising signs, I would say it's the Scorpions who have got this very strong potential and capacity to manifest, and you will actually witness miracles right in front of you. So positivity, what you want to become, what you want to learn, so over there. And the good thing is that advisors, you will keep on attracting right set of advisors, and all the tangible things connected with the ninth house. You wanted to get into this prestigious Ivy League college, you wanted to get your visa finalized and something. So all of that can be done this year, the way your ninth house is going to be getting influenced. All what matters is that believability, that you're already going there. There is some higher power, energy, divinity, which is already taking care of it and doing things on your behalf. All what you have to do is that believe in it, that it is happening. For the Sagittarius, so guys, in your case, it is going to be influencing the matters of the 8th house. Again guys, when we talk about 8th house, see, 8th house is also very important, because all sort of sudden unexpected gains are generally seen from the 8th house. Joint resources, so in this area, you're bonding with your in-laws, all sort of sadhana and the spiritual prophetic powers. Like when we say for the astrologers, this is very important house, because the intuition and your capacity to foresee things is also connected with this house. So this is how Sagittarius natives are going to be getting benefited. Jupiter from the 7th and Ketu from the 9th. So guys, in your case, actually this could be said with confidence that your Ish Devata, your ancestors are gonna be looking after you. They are gonna be safeguarding you from any threat, from any harm. So just believability in divine protection is going to be very important for you guys. For the Capricorn, so guys, yes, in the matters of your 7th house, this could be a public image, this could be if you want to manifest a partner, you already single, so believing in it, like it's like, I have already got it, I'm already married, I already got the person I desired, I wished, I prayed for. So just start believing in it, start visualizing that development and growth is taking place around you, and you are already there, you're already with that person. So that sort of mindset is going to be needed in order to get the best out of it. And again guys, even for your commercial goals, it is going to be very important, like the way you wanted to operate your business, to which extent you wanted to spread it, you wanted to expand it. So having that trust, conviction and believability will become very important, because there are some higher energies which are doing things on your behalf. For the Aquarians, so guys, in your case, 6th house, Jupiter in the 5th and Ketu is going to be in the 7th. So that simply means that yes, in your job, you will see, like if you have to clear any competitive exam, so working hard with this mindset, with this positivity that there are some energies who are already taking care of you. There is that God and divinity who is helping you, who is safeguarding you from any kind of threat, any sort of harm. And again guys, 6th house is also a very important house, because our discipline, the things which we do as a routine. So positivity for the Aquarians has to be inculcated as your DNA. Things which you want to, it's like if you listen to any of those saints, fill your mind with the thoughts of what you want to become, what you want to achieve. That is the mantra for the Aquarians. It's like you do not have to think how it will happen and whether it's developing or not. Just have and be in this repetitive thought that you are already there. You're already there. This is the only thing which I want, and higher powers are working for me for it. And now guys, for all these Pisces Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, like the Cancer sign falls in your 5th house. That simply means that Jupiter is going to be progressing from your 4th house, and Ketu is going to be progressing from your 6th house. So that simply means that all the matters of the 5th house, this could be any of the concerns of the childbirth, artistic creative endeavors, your academic goals. So having that sort of conviction and believability that things are happening, there is some higher power and the universe which is working on your behalf. God and the divinity is doing things for you. So that sort of conviction and believability will become very important. And again guys, because when we talk about manifestation over there, our thoughts also plays a very important role, and somehow 5th house is connected with our mind. 5th house is connected with a thinking process and all. So that is the only reason I'm giving this emphasis. And 5th house is also the house of the Pur Punya. Imagine two very holy and the divine planets are going to be coming towards it. They are approaching it, they are guarding it. So all what matters from you is that working hard with this mindset that you are already there. There is some, kind of very big influential power which is doing things on your behalf. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For further more updates and notification on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyawad.